everyone, and welcome once again to Excel in Accounting. And this is your host, Ina. We are going to present to you some more topics in Excel, and this time this is going to be our video number 2 in Excel. First video was about creating this inventory report, and we learned some things in Excel, like how to create formulas in Excel. So the data that we have above is what we created the last time we did our video number 1 on Excel. So this time we're going to be focusing more on, this is going to be a quick video. I promise I'm going to try to make it as straightforward as possible. So we're only going to be concentrating on our topics: bolding text, freezing panes, data filter, and data sort. So only 4 topics, no formulas for this video right now. So the first thing is we're going to go ahead and format our titles. So you might want to have your headers and your titles in Excel to have bolded text. So let's take a look at our title, which we didn't format the last time we did our first video. So to bold this, again, this is for beginners, so I would always want you to remember right click. So we're in inventory report. This cell is what we want to bolded, right? We want it bolded. So let's go ahead and right click on your mouse. Whenever you right click on your mouse, all the menus that are available for you will be there and you'll see it. And if you don't remember, like I said, if you're copying, it'll be Control C, and then to paste, it'll be Control V. If you don't remember all those codes, then just go ahead and right click on your mouse so you can see all the menus under the menus that are available to you. So what we want to do is we want to bold it, right? So I can click on this bold right here that's available in my menu, or I can also go to my ribbon, right? So this area here is what we call ribbon. So if I click on, if I have them available here in my ribbon, like for example mine, I already have the format, the cell formats available. It's in my home. It's in my home, right? So if you're home and you have it available, you can just simply click on B, as long as you're in that cell address that you want to change format to bold. So click on B, and that turns it into bold. But if you don't have your ribbons up there, because you can hide it as well, so just right click it, and you can also click on B right there to make it bold. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing for our headers, our titles, right? So I'm going to go ahead and highlight. And on video 1, we learned how to highlight, right? Highlighting means highlighting. The way you highlight is you just left click on your mouse and then drag your mouse all the way to the right. That's what I did. You can drag to the left. You can also drag it to the right. So once it's all highlighted, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing, either right click or I'm going to click on bold right there. That's available on my ribbon. Okay, so simple enough. So that's how you do your bolding your text. So our next one is, how do we freeze panes? We want to see at times, you have a long spreadsheet, but at times you want to see the titles or the headers all the time. So right now, let me show you what I'm going to do. If I go down all the way, right, you see all your data, but what are you losing? You're losing your headers, right? So you don't know what column B is, what column C is. If you want to see that all the time, so you always know what those columns are for, then you can bold or freeze your panes. Freeze your panes by doing a highlighting where you want to begin. You can freeze panes for the entire row for your titles, or you can also freeze panes where you want to maybe just start in a specific cell address. So I want to show you first this. This is what I always do. If I have a short Excel spreadsheet, I'll just highlight the whole thing here so I can see my headers all the time. So once you highlight that by clicking on that row, then you can go ahead and right click on it as well. And then you can also do a format from here. So sorry about that, but this is not available. It's not available when I right click it. So I'm just going to go ahead and highlight that one more time. And then I'm going to go to, I believe it's in view. And let's see, there you go. So it's in my ribbon. So in my ribbon, you can see freeze panes. It's right there. So I'll go ahead and click on freeze panes. And then once I click on that freeze panes right there, then that's it. That pane is now frozen. So what that means is that I can go up and down. I can go down and I won't lose my headers. It's always going to be there. So if you've got a ton of thousands and thousands of blinds, even when you go down at the bottom, you're always going to see what your headers are, right? That's very important to me. A lot of people don't do that, but I always want to see my headers so I can always see which column or what header I have up there. So that's how you freeze panes if you want all the titles to show. But what if I only want to see, what if I also want to see not just the titles on top, but I also want to see vertically what I have here, right? Because sometimes you could have spreadsheets that goes to infinity to the right, and then you can't see the titles to the left anymore. So what if I always want to see that, am I on my red dress, am I on my white shirt, right? Because if you only have it horizontally like that, you don't see the inventory name once you go down or once you go to the right further. So if you want to do that, like say for example, I always want to see what my item number is, what my inventory name, and what the quantity is, right? So which means that you're going to start your freeze panes on column or cell address D4. Okay, so that means that you're always going to be seeing your item number, inventory name, and your quantity. So let's do that. So again, I'm in view, and then I'm going to go back to freeze panes, and then I'm going to choose click on it, and I'm going to unfreeze it first. Clear the freeze panes first, and then I'm going to freeze it again. So once I freeze that, you'll see that you've got that little indication there that the pane is frozen in this intersection right here in column D4. So what happens is if I go down, right, I have all my headers there. And if I go further to the right, let's say if I have a lot of columns here to infinity, right, if I do have a lot of columns, I'm still going to have access or view to what my item number is, inventory name, and quantity. So to go back, I can just click on, quantity, and then go to the right, and I've got everything back on my screen. Okay, so that's how you do your freeze panes. Now we're going to go to data filter, and data filter is always a must for me. So in my spreadsheet, I always have freeze panes. I always have data filter as well. So data filter, you're going to click on that line that you want to filter. And data filter, for me, I always use that on my header also. And I'll show you why that's important. So again, I'm going to click on my header. That's on row 3. So click on row 3 right there. And then I'm going to go to data. So click on data on top. And then it's going to show you all the menus available for your data. And then from there, look for filter in your ribbon, and then click on filter. And that's as easy as that. There's also a shortcut, but right now I'm just going to show you this is Excel for beginner as well. So once you click on filter, you'll notice that you now have a drop down arrow for all of your header, right? All your titles. And why is that important? Because there are times when I only want to see certain things. Like say, for example, I only want to see the information, the quantity, and what I sold for my red dress. Let's say you've got tons and tons of line items here. Let's just say, for example, red dress is somewhere in the middle, and you want to see just only the red dress. Or let's say, for example, I have my yellow skirt here, right? So let's go ahead and click on that drop down, and then it'll show you what's available to you. And then what you'll do is you're deselecting everything. So click on that. So to deselect it, right? To select everything, you just do select all. But if you want to deselect it, you can go ahead and click on it again, and then you'll see that the check marks are gone. But I only want to see maybe my blue jeans, right? So click on blue jeans, and then you can click on OK, or you can just hit enter from your keyboard. And then there you go. It works the magic right here. It it hid all of the other inventory names that you have, and you only have blue jeans available to you right now. So what's in my blue jeans, if this is what you need, right? Let's say, let's do another one. Let's say, for example, I only want to see all my white shirt, and I'm going to click on enter or OK. There it is. And to put it back again, you click on the drop down menu again, and then just select all, and then enter, click OK, and you've got everything back. So what if I only wanted to see my most expensive item, right? So if I only want to see my most expensive item, because these are always arranged by the number or alphabetically arranged, you can also do that by, okay, here's my most expensive items, and how many items do I have that are very expensive? So I'm going to click on $10 because that's most expensive, and then it shows me all my inventory that's worth $10 each, most expensive. And I know that's my red dress and that's my blue jeans. Okay, and then I'm gonna show it back again. So you can play around with it, have fun with it. You can do whatever you want to do with it. So that is how you use data filter. So another thing is, if you don't want to do data filter, you can also do sorting. You can also do a data sort. So let's move on to data sort, our last topic for today. So again, for data sort, highlight. So I'm going to left click my mouse, and I'm going to drag my mouse and highlight all the way to where I want it sorted. So that would be from row 4 to row 8. Okay, so once it's highlighted, I'm going to go again to data, and we're already in data, and then I'm going to click on sort. So once I click on sort, I have these options here, sort by. I can sort it by inventory name, by quantity, by unit cost, by total cost. So what if, for example, I only want to see my most expensive inventory? So it'll be unit cost. So I'm going to click on unit cost because I want to see what is my most expensive inventory. So click on unit cost. And then you also have an option, do I want to see it from the smallest to largest? So I'm going to go from largest, right? Because I want to see what the most expensive one is. And then from there, I'm going to click on OK. And there you go. It created the most expensive item that I have is now on top. And then the cheapest item is now at the bottom. So that's how you're going to be doing your data sort. You can also do data sort by making this your inventory name arranged by alphabetically arranged. And you can also do your data sort by colors. So like, say for example, for some reason you just want to highlight your $6 cost for some reason, right? Maybe you're monitoring it because that's your median value. You just want to monitor it. So let's highlight it. I'm going to right click again. And then on top, you'll see this paint icon right here. So you'll go ahead and just highlight it. So I'm going to highlight it by yellow. So maybe I have a code for it. I want to monitor that. And maybe, for example, my cheapest one is the $4, which I also want to highlight for some reason because I want to monitor that as well. So I'm going to highlight that in green. So now how do we use data sort? Using numbers, or sorry, using colors. So again, you're going to be clicking on your data. Sorry about that. So it's actually not data sort. My apologies, everyone. This is an impromptu one. I should have practiced more, right? But my topic right now is not anymore data sorting, but it's not now about, we're going back to data filter. So data filtering, right? So I highlighted them. So earlier we said data filter, you can choose whatever you want to filter it by, but you can also filter it by color. So if I only want to see the yellow filters, right? Because for some reason I am probably monitoring all my $6 unit costs. You can do it that way also. So what if I only want to see what I highlighted in green because I'm monitoring that as well? You can do the same thing too, and it's only going to show you your $4 unit cost. So there's so many things you can do with it. But what if I only want to see those that are not highlighted? So you're going to click on no fill. okay? And it shows everything that's not highlighted. And I just want to show everything in here back. So I'm going to go ahead and just click on everything here to show everything back on my screen, okay? And if I just want to go by the number, I'm just going to click that button there, the arrow down, and just choose whatever it is that you want to filter by. So hopefully, I hope that I've been able to help with presenting this, and I tried to make this quick so I don't bore you with all the details. But again, I hope you like this video, and if you do, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe as well, so I can be more inspired to do more Excel spreadsheets for you, and do more discussions on accounting as well. And if you have any comments or any questions, feel free to make that comment, and I will try my best to answer your question as quick as I can. And have a great day, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. Take care.